Have you ever wondered why ethics and regulation are vital in the investment industry? Well, let's delve into it. At the heart of the investment industry lies a fundamental aspect, and that's trust. It's the glue that binds the whole financial services industry together. But what fuels this trust? It's compliance with rules and ethical conduct. Imagine a world where everyone in the investment industry acted with integrity, followed the rules, and made decisions based on ethical principles. In such a world, trust in the fairness of financial markets would soar, wouldn't it? And when people trust the system, they actively participate in it. Now, what happens when more people get involved in the market? It's quite simple. Market participation increases liquidity. It's like adding more water to a pond. The more you add, the deeper it gets. This increased depth, or in our case, liquidity, allows for smoother transactions and less price volatility. In short, the market becomes more efficient, but the benefits don't stop there. With more people willing to invest, there's more capital available. And the best part? This capital is available at a reduced cost. It's like having a sale at your favorite store, but in this case, the store is the investment industry, and the discounted items are the funds available for investment. This increased availability of capital at a reduced cost not only benefits the individual investors, but also the overall economy. It fosters economic growth and stability, and who doesn't want that? Thus, it is clear that trust, fueled by ethical conduct and adherence to regulations, plays an instrumental role in the thriving of the overall economy. It's a chain reaction, really. Ethical conduct leads to trust, trust leads to participation, participation leads to efficiency and availability of capital, and voila, the economy thrives. So, the next time you think about ethics and regulations in the investment industry, remember, they're not just rules to follow. They are the pillars that hold up the entire economic structure. But what is the role of laws, regulations, and ethical principles in all this? Well, to put it simply, they are the backbone of the investment industry. Regulations are like the rules of the game. They carry the force of law, set and enforced by legislative bodies and authorized entities. They're designed to protect investors, ensuring the integrity, transparency, and fairness of financial markets. Just think about it. Would you participate in a game where rules are unclear or unfair? Probably not. Similarly, in the investment industry, compliance with regulations is not just important, it's vital. Those who fail to comply may face severe sanctions. Now, while rules are crucial, they don't cover every situation. Here's where ethical principles come into play. They act as our moral compass, guiding decision-making and behavior even in the absence of clear rules. In a world that's constantly changing, where new financial products and services emerge, ethical principles become even more important. They help ensure that even in uncharted territory, we act in the best interest of the market, the investors, and society at large. Professional organizations like the CFA Institute recognize this. They establish codes of ethics and professional standards based on these very ethical principles. These codes and standards offer a framework to guide practice, raise the bar for professional conduct, and ultimately foster trust in the industry. But let's not forget, the financial services and products we're talking about are highly regulated. Why? Because any disruption or failure in the financial services industry can have catastrophic consequences for individuals, companies, and the economy as a whole. Regulations are necessary to protect consumers, support economic stability, promote fair and efficient markets, and improve society. So in a nutshell, laws and regulations provide the structure, the rules of the game, if you will, but when those rules don't quite fit the situation, ethical principles step in to guide the way. Therefore, while rules are crucial, they don't cover every situation. In such cases, ethical principles become our guiding light. What happens when these regulations and ethical standards are not met? Imagine a world where rules are disregarded, where every decision is made based on self-interest without considering the impact on others. This is what happens when regulations in the investment industry are not complied with. The consequences can be severe, affecting everyone from individual employees to the broader economy. Firstly, let's consider the employees. When regulations are not met, employees face not only job loss but also legal consequences. They could be held personally liable for their actions, potentially leading to hefty fines or even imprisonment. Their professional reputation could also be tarnished, making it difficult to find employment in the future. Now let's turn our attention to managers. They are responsible for ensuring that their team follows regulations. Failure to do so can lead to sanctions, including reputational damage that can impact future business opportunities. It can also result in financial penalties that can cripple a business. What about the customers? When regulations are not met, they are the ones who suffer the most. They could lose their investments, their trust in the system could be shattered, and they could be left with a sense of betrayal. This can lead to a decrease in market participation, reducing liquidity and market efficiency. The firm itself is also at risk. Non-compliance can lead to financial penalties, lawsuits, and loss of business. It can also result in a loss of trust from customers and investors, which can be difficult, if not impossible, to regain. Finally, the consequences of non-compliance can ripple out to the investment industry and the broader economy. It can lead to market instability, reduced economic growth, and even economic crises. This can have a devastating impact on society as a whole. In conclusion, the consequences of non-compliance can be severe and far-reaching, further emphasizing the importance of ethics and regulations in the investment industry.